Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the all-new Audi SQ5. This model is finished off in Tambora Gray Metallic. MSRP with the Premium Plus and all-weather package is just over $73,000. So we have a pretty much fully loaded model here with a lot to offer. And we'll start off underneath the hood, where this is powered by the 3-liter turbocharged V6. It's paired to a 7-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 362 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Top speed is 155 miles an hour. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 19 in the city and 24 out on the highway. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, you'll notice the latest Audi design for the badge. There's a forward-facing camera, all of the parking sensors, and then this model has a lot of brushed aluminum accents. It's on the hexagonal surround for the grille, on all of the trim accents, and then on the inlets on both sides. Now, this also has LEDs with a really thin design for those housings. There's also 2 sensors down below for the distance pacing and all of that tech, and then plenty of cutouts to provide additional cooling. Now, this model also has a really nice design for the 2-tone wheels. There's the red S-line brake calipers there. You'll notice the fender arches are body colored, and then there's also more brushed accents both in the lower section of the door. It's on the power folding side mirrors, where there's a camera and a turn signal, and then it's also on the window trim, the roof racks, and this has a full moonroof up top. And then you'll notice really subtle lines that flow down the side, just giving it a great design. Now up top, there's the integrated spoiler with the 3rd brake light, the wiper blade, the new Audi badge. There's also a backup camera, all the parking sensors, a quad tip dual exhaust, which sounds really good. And this is also spec'd with a factory hitch, so it can tow right around 4,400 pounds. You'll notice the thin strip for the LED bar that runs through this power liftgate, where you can use that control or the key fob, of course. And for this smaller size SUV, as you can tell with this box here, you still have a good bit of space. There's also some hidden storage underneath the floor, so obviously easier to open up without a box up top there, so you have additional space there. This also has an adaptive suspension, so you can raise and lower the rear end of this vehicle if you need a lower load height, or if you're hooking up to a hitch, that can be beneficial. You can also fold down the back seats from back here. The cover is installed at the moment, so you can use that as needed. There's also a strap and a 12-volt and some storage on that left side. And then there's 2 buttons up top, so you can close that or lock the vehicle. If you do lock it, grab any door handle and you can easily lock and unlock this vehicle. Now, this also has the manual adjusting sunshades, Alcantara for this entire trim accent, Bang & Olufsen for the audio, and then there's also storage down below. Now, this also gets the nappa leather interior, and you can fold down the seats by using this release here. As you can tell, they will go completely flat there. And then you can also use that lever to slightly recline the seats too. These seats also move forwards and backwards, so you can adjust your legroom or your cargo space. Now, there's also some storage nets, auxiliaries, vents, and a temperature adjustment. And then in the middle, there's the armrest with cup holders, and you can also fold this seat down by itself if needed. And at 5'10", I have about 1.5 inches or 2 of headroom. So for its smaller size, it's actually pretty comfortable. Now up front, you'll notice this panel here has your headlight adjustments, lock and unlock, all of the mirror controls, memory seats, child lockouts, window controls are behind that, and then there's the liftgate and storage down below. And then this model is also equipped with the massaging front seats. You have your power adjustments for both front seats as well. And then there is 1 manual control for the leg support down below, so you can adjust that as needed. Now, this also has a flat top and bottom design for the steering wheel with solid and perforated leather. There's paddle shifters on both sides as well. And then on the right, there's the heated steering wheel along with volume and tuning. You have voice commands, Bluetooth, and then you'll notice a favorites button, so you can set that up to what you use the most. Now, on this left side, you can use all of these for the digital gauge cluster. So if I push on view, you can actually look at information on both the left side and on the right side and toggle between those. And then you can push on view again and hide all of that information. Now, you can still go through some info on that right side and then bring up both sides as needed. Now, there's also a head-up display control, so you can look at your navigation and driver assistance. You have a minimal display where you can also pull up your acceleration display, and then you can also pull up your music, and you have miles per hour and the speed limit. Now, there's a cruise control stalk on the left side as well, and then there's also storage down below. You get 1 air vent, leather for the dash, and then with the infotainment system, it's actually pretty easy to go through. So everything on this left side is going to be fixed, where you can quickly go through all of this information here as needed. You can also pull things up in full screen like your phone, navigation. You have various settings that you can get into. You also have all of these apps here, so you can quickly go through your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a few others like that. And you have a lot more here that you can go through as needed. Massaging seats that you can adjust, all of your lighting, and displays too with the brightness there. And the lower section is fixed for all of the climates. Heated and ventilated seats, where you'd like the air to go, temperature, everything is fixed in that lower section. And you can also pull up the menu too and get into your rear adjustments. So you can do that from up here. You can see if anyone is sitting back there through this screen here, and then you can look at some more of the assistances. Now there's air vents underneath that, physical volume knob, there's traction control, hazards, engine start stop, and a shortcut to your drive modes. Now like I mentioned with the adaptive suspension, you can raise and lower that as needed, and then you have a few different driving modes here that you can go through too. Now there's wireless charging with auxiliaries, you have cup holders. There's also a shortcut to get into some of this tech here, where you can go through all of these and control if you like them on or off, depending on how you want the vehicle to react. There's also a shortcut to the camera system. The e-brake is also park. And then if you bump this forwards, that is for reverse, where you can get into all of these angles here. This also has parallel parking, so you can use that as needed. And then you can bring up full screen as well if you need to. There's drive and sport mode, and then park like I mentioned. Now you have some storage in the armrest there. There's also more interior lighting with this brushed accent. Now this model does not have the passenger screen, so this is just piano black there. You have a locking glove box, garage door buttons up top, dome lights, and controls for the sunroof and sunshade. And then here's a look at visibility from the driver's seat, where it's pretty easy to see in both directions. And still in dynamic mode, second gear, here we go. And we are up to speed. Again, the paddles are super responsive, which is nice. One thing I did forget to mention, this also has a power steering wheel, so you can adjust that with the control on the side here, which is very nice to have. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest SQ5. I'm really digging the steering wheel design. I think the flat top gives it a great look. It's almost just underneath the gauge cluster screen in the back there, so it's just gives it a great look. You can easily see over it, and of course view your head-up display as well. But these seats are also very comfortable. We have some good bolster support on both sides to really hold you well, and this is a height adjustable seat. So at 5'10", currently I have maybe 2 inches or so of headroom, and this seat can be lowered if you are taller than me. So for this smaller interior, you could fit some tall people in it, which is a great benefit. But it's super quiet, rides very nice with the adaptive suspension, and you have a lot of nice features that you can get. Now, this is pretty much fully loaded, so you don't have to spec it quite as much, just depending on your budget and what you're looking to get. So you have several different ways and different options too that you can go with. But very nice interior with all these premium materials that you see. There's some plastic here, which would be nice to see some soft touch materials covering it. But aside from that, everything else has a really nice design and feel to it. Now, with this smaller size, this is going to be very easy to maneuver in parking lot situations, and especially turning around. We should be able to do this without having to back up. We may have to back up. Oh, we got enough room. So that and the parallel parking feature, it's going to make it very great for driving in city situations and things like that. And then you just have a really nice compact SUV that can do quite a lot if you're not looking for something larger than this. So that's going to wrap it up for the latest Audi SQ5. Once again, a huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.